Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. Today we'll learn about average. Questions related to average are one of the easiest to answer in the quantitative aptitude section, but sometimes the questions are framed in a tricky way. So it's necessary to be well aware of the key concepts related to the topic average. In this video, we'll cover the key concepts and a few important formulae related to the topic average. Since questions based on these topics are most frequently asked in competitive exams, it makes sense to understand the concept well. These questions are generally related to basic and elementary math skills and so are the ones where marks can be scored easily if practiced well. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notifications as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Let's understand the meaning of average. Average can be defined as the central value in a set of data. So in a set of data, the central value is nothing but the average. Average can be calculated simply by dividing the sum of all values in a set by the total number of values. So to find the average of any number of quantities of the same kind, the given quantities are added to get a sum. The sum is divided by the number of items to get the average. So average is equal to sum of items divided by number of items. This is a very important formula which you have to remember and memorize uh, so that you can solve problems on the topic average easily. So average is equal to sum of all the items divided by number of items. From this formula, it's easy to find sum of the items. So sum of all the items is equal to average multiplied by number of items. Let's understand a few basic concepts of average. If the average of A numbers is X and if Y is added to each of the given numbers, then the average of A numbers becomes X plus Y. Supposing the average of A numbers is X and Y is subtracted from each of the given numbers, then the average of A numbers becomes X minus Y. Let's understand this with an example. Average of 5 numbers 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 is 30. Supposing 5 is added to each number, then the numbers become 15, 25, 35, 45 and 55. Now the sum of all these numbers is 175 and the total number of items here is 5. Average is nothing but sum of items divided by number of items. So average here is 175 divided by 5, which is 35. And 35 is nothing but 30 plus 5. Similarly, if 5 is subtracted from each number, then the numbers become 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45. And the sum of these numbers is 125. And the number of items here is 5. So average is nothing but sum of items divided by number of items. So average here is 125 divided by 5, which is 25. And 25 is nothing but 30 minus 5. If the average of A numbers is X and each of the given numbers is multiplied with Y, then the average of A numbers becomes XY. Supposing the average of A numbers is X and each of the given numbers is divided by Y, then the average of A numbers becomes X divided by Y. Let's understand this with an example. Average of 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is 3. Suppose each number is multiplied by 2, then the numbers become 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. And the new average is 30 divided by 5, because the sum of these numbers is 30 and there are 5 numbers here. Average is nothing but sum of items divided by number of items. So average is 30 divided by 5 here, which is 6, and 6 is nothing but 3 multiplied by 2. Similarly, if each number is divided by 2, then the numbers become 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2 and 2.5. The sum of all these numbers is 7.5. Also, there are 5 numbers here. And average is nothing but sum of items divided by number of items. So the average here is 7.5 divided by 5, which is 1.5. And 1.5 is nothing but 3 divided by 2. Let's learn how to find the average of numbers. The average of A consecutive numbers where A is an odd number is always the middle number. For example, uh, take the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Here there are 5 numbers and 5 is an odd number. So average is the middle number here, which is 5. So since there are 5 numbers here and 5 is an odd number, the average is the middle number, which is 5. The average of A consecutive numbers where A is an even number is the average of the two middle numbers. For example, uh, take these numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. Here there are 6 numbers and 6 is an even number. So the average of these 6 numbers is the average of the two middle numbers. Here the two middle numbers are 5 and 7. So average is 5 plus 7 divided by 2, which is 6. The average of first n consecutive natural numbers is n plus 1 divided by 2. For example, find the average of the first 5 consecutive natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here there are 5 numbers, so n is 5. Substitute the value of n in the formula here. So the average of 5 consecutive natural numbers is 5 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 3. The average of first n consecutive even numbers is n plus 1. Consider these numbers 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. These are the first 5 consecutive even numbers. Here n is 5 because there are 5 numbers here. So substitute the value of n in this formula. So the average of these 5 numbers is 5 plus 1, which is 6. Here there are only 5 numbers, so it's easy to count the numbers and find out the value of n. But supposing there is a large number of uh, even numbers whose average you have to find out, then use the formula x plus 2 divided by 2. The average of first n consecutive even numbers starting from 2 to x, where the last even number is x plus 2 divided by 2. So if there are n consecutive even numbers starting from 2 to x and x is the last even number, then average is x plus 2 divided by 2. For example, find the average of consecutive even numbers from 2 to 100, both inclusive. Here, the last even number is 100. So, x is 100. So, substitute the value of x as 100 in this formula. So average is equal to 100 plus 2 divided by 2, which is 51. The average of first n consecutive odd numbers is n. For example, consider the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. Here there are 6 odd numbers. So n is 6. So average of these numbers is 6. But supposing there are more odd numbers here and you have to find the average, then it's better to use this formula. The average of first n consecutive odd numbers starting from 1 to x, where the last odd number is x, then the average is x plus 1 divided by 2. For example, find the average of consecutive odd numbers from 1 to 99, both inclusive. Here the last odd number is 99. So x is 99. Substitute the value of x as 99 in this formula. So average becomes 99 plus 1 divided by 2, which is nothing but 50. If the average of A quantities is x and average of B quantities is y, then the average of all of them put together is equal to ax plus by divided by a plus b. Memorize and remember this formula very well, because many problems are asked of this type where you have to use this formula. So if the average of A quantities is x, average of B quantities is y, then the combined average is ax plus by divided by a plus b. Let's look at an example. In a survey of students of two schools for reading speed, following results were obtained. In school 1, 57 students were tested and their average score was 82. In school 2, 23 students were tested and their average score was 63. Find the combined average. Now you know the formula for combined average is ax plus by divided by a plus b. Here a is 57, x is 82, b is 23 and y is 63. So substituting these values in the formula, we get combined average is equal to 57 multiplied by 82 plus 23 multiplied by 63 divided by 57 plus 23. 57 multiplied by 82 is 4674 plus 23 multiplied by 63 is 1449 and 57 plus 23 is 80. 4674 plus 1449 is 6123. 6123 divided by 80 is 76.5. So the combined average is 76.5. If the average of A quantities is x and the average of B quantities out of A quantities is y, then the average of the rest of the quantities is ax minus by divided by a minus b. So here we know the average of A quantities is x. Now out of these A quantities, let's take out B quantities. The average of B quantities is y. So to find the average of the rest of the quantities, you have to use the formula ax minus by divided by a minus b. Let's understand this with an example. The average score of a cricketer for 10 matches is 38.9 runs. If the average for the first 6 matches is 42, then find the average for the last 4 matches. So here we know the average score for 10 matches, and out of these 10 matches we know the average for the first 6 matches. So now we are asked to find the average for the rest of the matches, that is we are asked to find the average for the last 4 matches. So here we have to use the formula ax minus by divided by a minus b. Here a is 10 matches, a is 10, x is the average 38.9, b is 6 matches, b is 6, and y is 42. Substitute these values in the formula. So you'll get average for the last 4 matches is equal to 10 multiplied by 38.9 minus 6 multiplied by 42 divided by 10 minus 6. 10 multiplied by 38.9 is 389. 6 multiplied by 42 is 252. 10 minus 6 is 4. So 389 minus 252 divided by 4 is 34.25. So the average for the last 4 matches is 34.25. A person travels a distance at a speed of x kilometer per hour and the same distance at a speed of y kilometers per hour. His average speed in the whole journey can be determined using the formula average speed is equal to 2xy divided by x plus y. Now this is a very important formula for solving problems where you have to find average speed. So memorize and remember this formula. Let's understand this with an example. A person covers a distance of 60 kilometers from P to Q at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour and returns from Q to P at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. Find the average speed of the person. Now, here the person travels from P to Q at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So, X is 20, and he travels from Q to P at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So y is 30. Now substituting the value of x and y in this formula, you can find the average speed. So average speed is equal to 2 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 30 divided by 20 plus 30. 2 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 30 is 1200. 20 plus 30 is 50. So 1200 divided by 50 is 24. So the average speed is 24 kilometers per hour. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Learn all the formulae perfectly. They'll help you in solving problems on average. Watch our videos on solved problems on average for better understanding. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.